start with the win. It was obviously a big one. How did it feel, especially being at home?
Yeah, it felt great, especially back in front of our fans. We hadn't been in that building for, must have been about 36 days or something. So to get back in there, have our home court, have our fans, plenty of energy, it certainly helped us get that win. Probably the best we've shot the ball that weekend, with that Perth game included. So I think we took a lot from that Perth game and brought it back home.
And obviously beating somebody in the top spot, what does that do for confidence? I mean, do you feel like you can beat anyone in the league?
Absolutely. I mean, this league's so close. It's you can be beat on any night throughout the season. And I mean, they've been playing some great basketball. We were able to put some things together and get our offense and defense to click on the same night. So we take a lot of confidence out of that, and we have another chance to do it again this weekend.
How proud of the group were you, Clint? Obviously, Scott spoke about what he spoke about post-game, but to be put through what the majority of the group's been put through in the pre-game, how proud as captain were you for the group to come out and respond the way you did?
Absolutely. Obviously, a lot going on, a lot of external noise there, and for the guys to have, I guess, such a quick turnaround from that Perth game, and then into, I guess, landing and playing 20 hours later, a lot of the focus was put into New Zealand, and we didn't have much time to prepare. So for us to go out there and perform the way we did, play aggressive, be assertive, and play with a lot of confidence, it was great. I'm certainly proud of them, yeah.
Been a lot of outside noise this year, probably more than you've popped in the last 2 years. Has it been tougher to I guess, escape that this year than it has been in the past, or have you been able to just, I guess, really buckle in and focus on what you can control?
Look, we got a tight-knit group, and we have plenty to focus on within these four walls just here at practice. But I mean, with the success that we've had, we're now the hunted. Teams are coming after us, and we've been kind of sitting at kind of the top of the mountaintop in our first 3 seasons. And when you have I guess you don't get the results you want, people are going to come after you, sort of thing, and there's going to be some negativity. But I mean, we've been in this profession long enough where you're going to build a resilience mentally to outside noise and focus on what you're going to hear within these 4 walls, and we've been able to do that. We're very resilient. You've got to do it in the long term through the course of the season and see how well you hold up there.
Probably something got lost by the wayside a little bit was your 100 club game down here in Tassie, mate. Obviously, just for you to play 100 games must be a really big achievement, but do everyone as captain too must have added a little bit of extra spice to it.
Yeah, I guess the thing I get from the guys, if you play 100 games here, they just call you old. But matter of fact, Fab and Jack McVeigh beat me to the 100 games, so that must mean they're older, right? So it's always great hitting those different milestones. And I guess you're going to look back on it when your career is done, and you think of those special games. But hopefully there's plenty more ahead.
Well, I mean, I suppose looking forward to this weekend too. How are you feeling going into that match on Friday night?
Feel great. Had a couple of days off after a week trip on the road. We were in here yesterday, in here today. We'll be back in here tomorrow. So we've got 3 solid days in a row to prepare for Brisbane, and we're going to have our work cut out for us. They got some 7-footers there, and they're putting up some big scores on teams as of late. And we've already played them once this season. There was a close game. So we expect no different. So we're going to put some things in place, and hopefully, not hopefully, I know our crowd will be right into it, and hopefully they get us across the line as well.
Just how tight is the league? Is it the tightest you've seen in the last couple of years?
I think we say that every season as the league continues to progress and the amount of talent you have coming into this league. I mean, like I said before, any team can be beaten on any given night, and I guess that goes to show that the league is close, and if you're not on your A game, you may not come out with the result. But it's still early days right now. I mean, we're not even halfway through the season, so you can't be focusing too much on what other teams in the league are doing. You're still trying to get your systems in place and get them rolling to where it's a point where you can trust those come the back end of the season. So a lot of focus is on us right now.
I know you're not on the medical team, mate, but are Will and Sean a chance to sit up on Friday?
I hope so. Shawnee's been out here a couple of days now. He's moved around really well, so I'm hoping he's back. I know the guys are looking forward to having him back. He's put in a mountain of work. Having been injured in the preseason, it seems like a while now, so I reckon he's pretty pumped to get back out there soon. So hopefully he can for us, yeah.
And Mags, how's the shoulder at the minute?
Yeah, Mags is working. Not too sure what his status is right now. We've got another day of practice tomorrow. So I imagine we'll see how he goes there, and then a call will be made. But we're hanging out for a full squad, that's for sure.
Craig Sword, someone that's copped a fair bit of probably unfair criticism from some fans. Clint, how proud of him were you to see him come out and perform the weight in on Friday night?
I'm stoked for him. He's just trying to find his role within the team, and he's been quite good for us as of late. I mean, probably not the minutes he was expecting here and there. But one thing within this team, you play a role. We're going to invest in you. We're going to love you. We're going to look after you. And for him to come out and play the way he did, I was pumped for him, and played with a lot of energy, hitting corner 3 balls. I mean, that's part of his role, and he did it to a T. So yeah, I'm stoked for him.
You've played in this league a long time, mate. Do we underestimate sometimes how tough it is for an import to come in and adjust to the fever style and the NBL style of play?
Particularly if you haven't been exposed to it before. Obviously, the NBA game and the G League game, there's a whole lot more space out on that floor, and kind of comes condensed in the FIBA confines and the way it's repped. So he's still adjusting to that, and you can see how athletic and how good he can be defensively, and wants to steal the ball and take a swipe here and there. And it takes adjusting, especially in this league where you just got to wall up and do your best you can there, and affect a shot that way without, I guess, trying to reach. And it's just instinctual. I mean, he's grown up on it, and that's where he's made his money of getting in there and taking the ball away from people, and just a little bit of an adjustment for him. But he's doing well.
In the face of obviously some of the criticism that's come over social media and the hatred that's been unwarranted, as a captain, how have you managed the social media situation with you and the playing squad?
Yeah, look, I'm proud of the guys in the fact that they've brought it up and brought light to the issue. And it's not just happening within our group, it happens across the NBL, it happens across all sports, and you hear snippets here and there. But for our guys to speak up and bring it to light, and hopefully put some things in place to, I guess, eradicate it out of sports in general. But it doesn't just happen in sports, it happens in entertainment. I mean, you're a public figure, you're going to receive criticism to some level. You bring family and children into it, goes way out of line then. So these guys have done the right thing, brought it to light, informed who needs to know, so that we can put things in place to stop it.
And should players and families have to go off social media or lock or hide them as a response to this?
Man, I reckon if athletes went off social media, people wouldn't be as invested. Like, you're a regular punter, you want to watch your team, you want to follow specific athletes that you love. If they went completely off social media, I reckon you'll find a decline in the sports following, not just sports, but entertainment, like I said, because athletes make it what it is, and you want them to show their true colours at times and what they do in everyday life. And you take that out of the game, and it could be a whole different story.
And I guess too, with that, a big issue that's been brought to light by a lot of different parties is the influence of sports betting on these kinds of actions online. How big of an issue is sports betting, as a lot of it does stem from lost bets and things.
Yeah, mate, whether you're invested financially, emotionally, whatever it is, sometimes they go hand in hand. But in terms of it actually being involved, I mean, that's kind of out of my realm and out of this club's realm, as it is a league thing. So that's probably more of a question directed to, I guess, the league, if you want me to answer on that one.
And I guess lastly, my last question is, what can the league do?
You're going to have to ask the league on that one.
Clint, we should probably mention Weeksy's appointment. Has he picked up the phone yet and tried to get you back at the Chargers for the NBL 1 season?
Nah, not yet, mate. I'm stoked for Weeksy. This is kind of the start of his coaching journey. Obviously, a couple of years here as an assistant, and now the progression into a head coach. I'm pumped for him. He's got the work ethic. He's got the knowledge. So I'm excited to see what he can do with the Chargers.
You play with him, and obviously now he's an assistant coach with you, mate. What makes him such a good coach?
Well, one, his work ethic. He's always available, and he's been a player. He knows what players go through. He's seen how they operate on a day-to-day basis, and he's taken that knowledge and that skill set into the coaching form where he's very relatable. So he's going to have his coaching philosophy, and he's going to continue to work on it. So that's probably a good question for him in terms of his coaching philosophy. But I reckon he's going to do a fantastic job at such a young age in his coaching career.